So I've done things that have been directed at women and been directed at education. I was on the alumni board. I was the president of the alumni board for Gannon University. I was on the Villa Maria Academy board, and I was the vice president of the board. I later worked into then a position at the school, and I was the first president of the school. So for me, it was always about promoting women, educating women, and to encourage their development. Currently, I'm on the board of the Philharmonic. I've been involved I'm also a Rotarian, and in the Rotary Club, our motto is service above self. So one of the things that we've taken on is to have an ethics symposium for high school juniors, and I've been instrumental in assisting with that. I do all the marketing for it and encourage the local high schools to attend the seminar, which is a wonderful one-day presentation of getting students to think about ethical situations and how they might react now and in the future. For 2 years, I served on the Villa Maria Academy board, and I was vice president. And one of the things that was important to me was securing the school for the future. St. Ben's had already closed, and Catholic education can be a difficult endeavor. So my goal as a board member was to make sure the school was solvent and secure for the future. And while we had to make some tough decisions and maybe make some changes, interestingly enough, then it turned into a position, and I was the first president of the high school. And so for me, it was a labor of love. When you're involved with a Catholic school, it's 24/7 and it's never a dull moment, but it was something that I truly enjoyed. Well, I think my parents were excellent mentors in that they were very self-sacrificing themselves and were very involved in volunteerism. My mother was a driving force in our lives. She had 3 daughters, and she was probably ahead of her time, where she was encouraging us to go beyond ourselves and to do for others. And she was a wonderful example of that. And so my parents were excellent examples, and if we've learned how to be volunteers, it was from our parents. My mother was always giving us advice, and one of the pearls of wisdom was I had pursued a master's degree right after college and then traveled a lot with my job, and so I didn't finish it. And at 38, I was looking at completing my master's degree, but I was debating if I should do it because I would be 40 when I finished. And her pearl of wisdom to me was, "You're going to be 40 anyway. Finish your master's degree." I think they have to follow their heart. They have to be involved in what they're passionate about. They have to be themselves, and they have to go for it. You know, it's not enough to just sit by the sidelines and hope that someone else will do it. So if you're passionate about something, you have to roll up your sleeves and get involved and do it. I think education is a wonderful opportunity that we have in this country, and that women need to take advantage of as much education as they can, and then to give back, because we have been blessed and we stand on the shoulders of those who came before us, and my hope is that someday there'll be the next generation saying that about us. I'm very concerned about the high poverty level in our in Erie County, and so for me, I know there are efforts currently to address that. I think there can't be enough hands on deck to address that, and so in my role at SafeNet, my goal is to do anything I can to address the poverty level. SafeNet is a domestic violence agency in town, and when people leave a domestic violence situation, they now are homeless. And they come to SafeNet needing everything you would for a home and for a new life. And so it was my goal through the organization to write grants and to get funding for financial literacy training and anything that we can do to help these folks on their path for the future. Well, the organization has people that will do an assessment, and so they assess where they are with their education, if they need to complete a GED, if they need to finish high school, if they need to get job training, and there are some programs that SafeNet offers for those opportunities. My role in the organization is to get funding for that. So currently we have a grant from the Erie Women's Fund from the Erie Community Foundation that I initiated, and we wrote as a team to get them funds to offer this program. And so I think we'd be surprised at some of the basic financial literacy skills that folks don't have, and it's our job to hopefully address those issues. Well, we have women and men clients, so there are both. And the clients that I see usually are for a marketing perspective. So they have come through the program, they are on the other side, and in fact now they're ready to speak out. So there are 3 in particular that I have asked to, we put on something called a lunch and learn. And so we invite business leaders and community leaders and organizations to come and hear the path that these women have taken, or men. And so it's our job to communicate the services that SafeNet can offer, and also that for folks who are afraid to begin the process, that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Well, I'm very appreciative of being nominated, and when I look at the other ladies who are nominated as well, it's a wonderful group to be part of, and they're excellent role models for younger women on how to be philanthropic, or how to give back, or how to volunteer.